Warning, this video may contain spoilers if you haven't watched the brand new Doctor Who episode for today. So go and watch it if you haven't, and then come back to this. Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I will be taking a look at the haunting of Villa Diodati. Oh god, I finally said it right. After 5 bloody takes. So overall thoughts as an episode. It was fantastic. Some great writing there by Maxine Alderton. Now, can you spot some similarities with this episode and Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror? Well, guess what? It was written by the same writer. For almost every episode in this series so far, Chris Chibnall has been in the role of head writer. Now, I think we need more episodes like these, which just don't include him at all. Because my opinions on Chris Chibnall, I'm really sorry, but I've just got to let it out straight from the head. He's crap. I absolutely hate his style of writing. Now, he's good for dramas if you're into that kind of thing, but not for Doctor Who. What I'm trying to prove is that Chris Chibnall should not be in charge of Doctor Who anymore, in my opinion. Now, we just get these dynamic shots here and there, which does fit well, but they're just trying to make Doctor Who pretty. It feels nothing like a sci-fi programme that's entertaining to kids and adults. But, however, for this episode, we get a different writer, and that all changes. Now, it's a lot more dramatic. This story really had an eerie vibe to it, a very creepy atmosphere, like all horror stories do. And we get to see Mary Shelley, who obviously writes Frankenstein, which is a great little touch to the past. And I love historic episodes in Doctor Who. The lightning and thunder builds up tension, and automatically we get adrenaline rushing through our spines, which is that chilling feeling that we always get in scary Doctor Who episodes. Throughout this episode, I was questioning the Doctor in my mind as to what this could possibly be that was haunting the Villa Diodati. Oh god, I'm sorry about that. Going back to Fugitive of the Judoon, people were speculating around this episode whether the Cybermen were going to return because of what Captain Jack Harkness said in that episode about the lone Cyberman and whether that meant anything, but it actually did reference this episode, and I think we all knew something was bound to happen in terms of Cybermen through some of these episodes. I really like the new Cyberman design, and I think it really contrasts the classic with the new and puts them both together, and this is what you get. A really mixed design, which just looks fantastic. Now, onto the voice, which I was not a fan of. I know this might be a surprise to some of you, but honestly, it sounded nothing like a Cyberman. If anything, it sounded like me trying to go on stop motion studio and putting the robot voice on for my FA. I know that might be a bit silly, but I could not get it out of my head. Once I heard that, I just thought straight away it reminded me of my own voice, and it wouldn't go away, and I found it quite amusing actually. And that voice, seriously, it didn't sound anything like the Cybermen. I think even the first revival Cybermen, you know, the ones in the Age of Steel onwards, I think their voices sounded much better, and even the classics, so maybe they could have gone for something like one of those. Now, I've just looked on Google and I realised this place was actually real. It's a real place that exists somewhere. Now, speaking of the characters, we've obviously got the Doctor, who still continues her inconsistency from Series 11, although it is slightly more developed since last time. Yeah, nothing much to say about the Doctor. She was okay, but bloody hell. The sonic screwdriver is getting an obsession with Jodie Whittaker. She needs to stop using it. Like, every minute, oh look, I can check my readings. Seriously, it is a bit amusing, and it's a bit embarrassing. Like, bloody hell, you don't need to use a sonic screwdriver all the time. I mean, come on. But, yeah, that was a bit exaggerated, but honestly, that's what I think. So, we've got Graham, who's just the best companion. I love him. He is my favourite companion out of this era of the show, and I think he's so funny sometimes. He's entertaining to watch. Going on to Yaz and Ryan, I think their characters have really developed since Series 11. They get a lot more focus in this episode. Now, I think that the man who was manipulated in this episode and his mind was controlled by that liquidy substance, I think he is actually the Cyberman. Now, if you look at both of their faces very closely, you can see similarities, and I just think that they are exactly the same. And on that note, I think we should end the video here. Now, I love the eerie atmosphere that really continues throughout the episode. It intrigues you so much. And on that note, I think we should end the video there. As a whole, I give this episode a 9 out of 10. It was almost perfect, but I just hate the Doctor's inconsistency, and her character just needs to be more developed. Now, I believe next week's episode is called Ascension of the Cybermen, which is the 9th episode of the series as we count down until the finale. Now, I'm guessing the finale is going to be a big two-parter, but who knows? Let's see what the future has in store for us. Although today's episode was good, it only gave us a snippet of the new Cybermen, so I think that next week's episode will really give us an in-depth look of the newly designed Cybermen. I would certainly recommend watching today's episode, they are going to, as it is one of the best of the series 12 episodes in my opinion. Now stay tuned guys for next Sunday for Doctor Who, same time 7:10 PM for Ascension of the Cybermen. Now I hope you have enjoyed this review, subscribe and I will see you in another video. Goodbye for now.